In this help video, I'd like to look at working with symbol lists inside MTPredictor version 8. Symbol lists are very handy because they are available in lots of different places within the software. For example, if you click on the left hand side of your chart, you can see you can build symbol lists and then have them available to change the symbol on your current chart very easily indeed. So they're a very neat way of actually having easy access to different symbols you wish that are in lists. Also as well, if you do scanner, say for example I'm doing one on Forex, here's a scanner, and you can then just put all the symbols in one go in the scanner rather than have to do them individually. So there's my Forex list, and so I want them on a whatever time frame, download, and there they come in straight away there. So symbol lists are very handy to have. Just delete that because I don't really want that there. So how do you create them and work with them? Well, you go to Tools, Symbol Manager, and the symbol lists are down the left hand side here. You can see you have a drop down box where you can show the symbols you have in whichever list you want. So how do you create a new list? Well, it's dead easy. You click on New. Let's create whatever I want, say Steve 1. Do OK, and then you search for whatever symbols you wish. Oops, sorry. Once you've selected it, you then do on the left arrow to put it into the list. Oh, sorry, on the ES you have to obviously do the month and year first. So I'll just do June, and the year is 2017. That now becomes available, and obviously I can put that into that list there. If it wasn't a future, if it was something else like a stock, if we do like IBM, then obviously there's no month and year, and it can just be added in straight away there, just like that. So you just do add the current symbol to the list. So in this way you can search for whatever symbols you wish. You can actually do a number of symbols as well. So if I do just search for indices, for example, and if I want to select a few rows at once like that all together and then do add, it adds them all together as well across into the list. So in this way you can build up lists as you wish, and as I've said, they're really handy because if I do OK now, I now come to the chart, you can see there's my list of my different symbols available there. So it's a very nice neat tool for creating lists of the symbols you wish to work with. Obviously, once you've got lists here, you can delete them, or you can export them. Exporting is quite handy because what that does is it puts them all the symbols in the current selected list, or you can export, or you can select some symbols, then export just the selected ones, and select where you want to export them to. Give it the file a name, do save, and then do OK, and then it will export those symbols out to a text file on your PC. So that's very handy if you want to then take those symbols and put them into another program or use them another way as well. You can also import symbols, and I've done a separate video on the importing symbols as well. That should not be confused with importing new symbols into the data manager itself. We're just talking about importing symbols in and out of particular symbol lists. Obviously, if you want to remove an item, say you didn't want IBM, you can just do the right arrow, and that takes it out of the list as well. So a very easy way to manage these lists. There are other ways that you can add to symbol lists, and that is off a scanner. Say for example you have some markets of which are having a particular setup. For example, here we have some trade setups. What we can do is we can highlight those. You can right mouse click. You can now export these symbols to a new symbol list, or you can export them to an existing symbol list. If I export these to say my Steve 1 list that I had there and do OK, now if I go back to Tools, Symbol Manager, I look at Steve 1, you can see that those markets I exported from the scanner are now in the that particular symbol list as well. This is very handy if you're say working with some markets and you have various setups. What you can do is you can then export them out, put them in a list, and then you can use that list to follow them at some point in the future as well. So there's lots of different ways you can actually work with symbol lists, and as such I suggest you have a look at these and get familiar with them, because once you've got the hang of them, you'll use them on a daily basis, putting into scanners, sorting your markets, and making them just working with them in the way you wish. As I said, I'll cover this import function here in a separate video.